Edamai. So this is the courtyard. This fence here that goes in there, they're in paddock 1. If I open that other one, they're in paddock 2, and then I leave it open. Right now, this is paddock 3, here we're in, and that fence that's open goes up to paddock 4, and the one that's closed there goes to paddock 5. All in all, it's probably about 15 acres. So let's see if I can get him to come down. Whoo! Edamai! Buffalo gals! Edamai! When these strawberry guavas were ripe, and there was just a carpet of guavas all over the forest, they went through and just vacuumed all the guavas out. They love guavas. They can't hear me. They must be up. Yeah, I know they're in. Edamai! Edamai! Come on! Robert, they're going to stay over there if you don't... See, they don't know you. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I got it. This is the leader. This is the top of the pecking order right here. This is Kaua. She's an Italian. Yeah, I love you. Probably should have named her Sophia. This is the little bull, Kane. That's Coco coming over to see you. Now these buffalo gals have all had one calf. I was lucky that I brought in 4 papai, pregnant buffalo, and I got 4 girl calves, heifers, and 1 bull. And if you look over there, the one that's in the back with the real curly horns, these girls weigh about 1,700 pounds each. This is Pua. Pua. Yeah, Pua, good girl. They don't like the dog. See, buffalo can't be herded with dogs. They're not afraid of dogs. They'll take on the dogs. And if they've got young calves, they will form a circle around the calves to protect them, and they'll take on the dogs or wolves or whatever. But these are domestic dairy water buffalo, also called river water buffalo. They're from India. Now, with the exception of Ipo, she's about 7/8 river water buffalo and 1/8 swamp water buffalo. That's why she's got these upright horns. And she's what is called an Italian water buffalo. Now, one thing, you know, these are gentle, serene animals, but they're also big, and you got to be careful. You know, you don't want to walk barefooted around them, because if they step on your foot, it might hurt. These guys are almost carefree. They're resistant to most of the devastating diseases of cattle. They live twice as long as a cow, but as far as these river water buffalo, they're only from India and Sri Lanka. And the difference between the two buffaloes, the two domestic buffaloes, you've got these river water buffalo are from India, and because the Indians are Hindu, they've selected for milk production for 5,000 years. Milk and draft power. This one is my favorite cow. This is the mother of the bull. This is Lonnie. They're very inquisitive. They all have different personalities. You good girl. Yeah, you good girl. One of the things that's unique to domestic dairy water buffalo and all domestic water buffalo is they don't get hoof rot. They love wet, damp areas where you'd have problems with cattle. Also, even though my goal is to build my herd, these 4 cows might all be pregnant right now, and we've had 4 calves. We had 2 girl calves, heifers, and 1 bull calf. The bull calf's over there right now with these girls. these gals, is that they evolved in this kind of climate, tropical climate. So the wet doesn't bother them, and they also have the ability to get nutrients from very poor quality forage. They never need, even when they're lactating and milking, they don't need grains or alfalfa. Alfalfa would be way too high in nutrition for them. You can see her rumen right here. They have the ability, when they're eating poor forage, to shunt urine from their nitrogen from their urine into their rumen here and digest things that a cow would never be able to digest. Yeah, you girls are so, she's trying to hit me with her tail. No, I'm not going to let you do that. Nope. Not going to let you do that. You get an idea of the size of these animals, though, just by looking at them. Now, an interesting fact, I won't be here for a long time, but the largest exporter of red meat in the world, a country, isn't the United States, it's not Brazil. Those are the ones that most people get. It's India, because they have 98% of all the water buffalo in the world, and the sex ratio of calves is usually 50-50, half male, half female. So you don't need that many bulls. So what India is doing is they're exporting bull calves, usually when they're 10 to 12 to 14 months old and weigh about 1,200 pounds. Kane right now, we just weighed him. He's 16 months old and he weighs 1,260 pounds. He's gaining about 55 pounds a month on just grass. And ironically, he's not getting the nutrition from the grass. Good boy, good boy. He's getting it from the bacteria and fungi that break down the grass. Ipo's got to get in here and see what's happening. She's the queen of the herd. Now, you'll see her daughters and these other three daughters. That Lonnie over there is the mother of the bull calf Kane. So water buffalo don't need water to swim in. They would like it. They like mud to wallow in, but all they need is fresh water. This is spring water in this container, and as they drink water, it's filling up actually right now. So they eat tree leaves from mangoes, from macaranga, from haulicoa. They love haulicoa. This is a big haulicoa right above us. It's high in nitrogen, so it's really good. They're very efficient at converting that and turning it to protein. They'll eat haubush. They'll eat bamboo leaves. They eat things that I never even imagined they would eat, and they seem to relish them all. So she has the phenotypic characteristics, the features of a classic Mura cow. Long nose, curly horn, long neck. She really had a huge udder. She probably will produce anywhere from 3 to 4 gallons, maybe more, a day. Now that might not sound like a lot of milk. A Holstein will produce way more than that, but she'll produce more butterfat because their milk is twice the protein content of a cow, and it's 40%, 30 to 40% higher in butterfat. So even though they won't produce as much milk as a Holstein, or a Jersey or a Guernsey, they will produce more butterfat. And with that, what Italians did when Alexander the Great introduced water buffalo from Asia into Italy, into Europe, the Italian men who were growing rice by hand immediately started training the buffalo as draft animals, because one buffalo can do the draft power work of 10 men. So instead of you being able to grow 1 or 2 acres of rice, you can grow 10 or 20 acres of rice. And the women, the Italian women, started making mozzarella di bufala, gelato, all kinds of things out of buffalo milk because it's so high in butterfat. And again, they live twice, they'll live to 40. They'll live twice as long as a cow, so they'll have twice as many calves. Now, one thing Popenoe points out is the reason we don't see more of these all over the United States is because people still think these are vicious animals, and they confuse them with the African Cape buffalo. We'll show a link later to a PowerPoint that I've done on the differences between domestic water buffalo and African Cape buffalo, and the differences between milk production on dairy buffalo and milk production in dairy cattle. Bonnie's looking at you like, what is he doing? You're such a good girl. She's gonna be my pride and joy. She is. Big stomach that can eat about 50 pounds of guinea grass a day. You saw the way they came when I called them. They know their individual names, and they know when I call them, they're either going to get an orange or they're going to be able to go into a new paddock with nice, young, tender grass. So we practice intensive rotational grazing, and that'll keep them always eating that young, tender grass that's so high in nutrition. They keep the fence line clear too. That's one advantage of rotational grazing. See, when I cut down Kaua for them to eat the tops, then they'll come back and they'll keep, these will regrow and they'll eat them right off. Yeah, these buffalo require no, the only input I'm giving them are salt blocks. It's the only thing I'm buying, and a salt block will last them for 2 or 3 months. Okay, there's your macaranga, one of our worst weeds. Where are the leaves on it? They've eaten them all off. They love the leaves to macaranga. Oh, there's another branch up there. This is what it actually looks like. This is what it looks like. Now they'll eat this now that they can reach it. They love the leaves. They'll also eat chrysophilum, which is also called satin leaf. You can see many of these leaves are gone, bitten off. Now this tree is a great building material. You can see where they've eaten the bark off of it right there. The bad news is it's invasive. The good news is it's a great hardwood to build with. And we'll go look at their milking barn and all, which is built all out of this. They eat it and then we build out of it for them. Yeah, that looks good. Because it's so easy. We need to grow asparagus because you'll be able to cut asparagus for about 15 years. Now this is going to be Kane's yoke. So this is going to be going on the back of his neck. It's upside down right now, but it'll go on his neck like this. I'm still carving it out. This will be Kane's yoke because he's going to puddle and level the taro fields. He's going to pull a wagon when we start doing agro-tourism. This will go over his... I'll have to drill a hole here, and I got a big hook that goes on it. And that'll go onto his britchin. It's like a big leather, it's nylon actually, that goes behind it. And the britchin and this will tie into the heel chains. The heel chains will go down through the britchin to keep it in line so he can pull a log, he can pull a harrow and level the taro field. He can pull a wagon. He's going to be a workhorse. A work buffalo, I should say. So let's go take a look at their corral here. We're extending this right now. I just poured these. The reason I'm doing tires and not putting posts in the ground is my utilities are all underground here. I don't want to be hitting my electrical lines. And that tree you just filmed, that Chrysophyllum oliviformis, this wood is harder than teak. Its specific density is 0.98. It was introduced to Hawaii in the 1920s from Puerto Rico. And Wadsworth wrote a book called Hardwoods of the Caribbean. He said this has been used since time immemorial throughout the Caribbean for building post and beam houses because termites can't eat it. And I thought, oh yeah. So this picks up this platform right here. This is what I weigh the calves on. It's a platform scale under here. So when we walk them up in here, they come up in here, they put their head in here, we close this, and later on I'll make this board with a wing nut so I can take it off. When we bring the cows in, the lactating cows, we'll just put this right here with a little bit of Timothy hay in it, very little bit. Put it like that. Now we can milk them out there. Now I have a milking machine. All of this is being funded by USDA SARE. SARE is Sustainable Ag Research and Education Program through the United States Department of Ag. So our overall goal is to create a whole sustainable dairy industry. Sustainable in that it's not monoculture. All the manure from the milking barn will go on our 22 different varieties of avocados and cacao and breadfruit trees, or into the taro fields. So this is all built out of chrysophyllum except for this one redwood beam. And this stuff is almost bulletproof, it's so dense. This will be a nice post. I can use my draw knife to take the bark off, and then I'll trim this off later with my chainsaw and round this out, and I can set a beam in here. So I'll have these posts and beams. And these are one of the things I really want to do, is be able to do a shear, tensile, and compression tests on this wood because it's so hard. Then people can go in and cut it and go into the county building department and show them the building specs on this wood, how strong it is. It's 100 times stronger than Doug fir, I'll tell you that. The termites eat Doug fir like candy. One of the big buffalo dairies in Australia, the guy that's the owner, he said at first we were going to buy a whole dairy and bring it here. He said thank God we didn't do that, because the calves that are born here, the heifers that are born here, are going to be so tame. They'll be like Hoku, my dog. Hoku, elimai, come here, Hoku. Okay, sit, good girl. They'll do just that. The buffalo will do exactly like that. They're that smart. Girl, you good girl. I'm going to wait.
Sometimes.
Hey, Buffy, it's all right. I don't know, you're getting all upset.
They see me a few times.
It's mainly the dog, I think, that's making her strange. Normally she comes up and she licks my beard, she gives me kisses, nose, and she does not like that thing, Robert. She's gonna attack your GoPro. Good girl, good girl.
Likes licking.
Good girl. I got a small grant from Sustainable Ag Research and Education.
What is small grant?
Small grant, under 20,000, way under. And I bought milking equipment with it. I bought cheese making equipment with it. But I got to quantify it, put it all on video, and make it public. It'll all be public. So it's a 3-year project. One of the things I also need to do is, I put in the proposal a wagon that I can pull produce to the farmer's market with. Connie the bull is the same age as these two older heifers, but he's an extra 200 pounds. I mean, he's a bull. He's growing like a bull. He's gonna be big, but he's halter broke. I can lead him around. And these girls are getting halter broke right now. They're not there yet. She always keeps her head up and her nose up. Oh,
But you know what's on? Oh, right. They have the tag thing on them.
They love this stuff. They'd take out that how if we could go around them, but cannot with Ken's cows over there. I know you don't know him. No, they don't.
Daddy.
They don't know you.
Oh, this is electric.
Used to not touch
Can we
it.
touch this?
Yeah, you don't.
When it's
Yeah, if it
electric,
was
we
on, you can touch
this.
the post. Yeah. Well, they'll even eat this umbrella sedge. You look, they've been eating it. Cattle won't touch that, but these girls.
This is the first part that I cleaned.
Well, you got more sugar cane in here. We should bring it out so the buffalo don't destroy it, and I'll plant it. Okay, good.
I like this.
I had some
But look at they're eating it.
Really?
Whoa.
You got a big bunch of bananas almost, well, not almost, a couple of weeks from now.
Probably those over there. See them on the bank.
What are they?
Wait.
Oh, really?
Wait a minute.
Somewhere.
Daddy, I think
Not
that's...
these ones.
Daddy. I think that's the thing...
Well, you just tell me when